Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In this episode, I'm going to be doing some of the epic storyline because I made a mistake. If you remember, many episodes ago, we kind of stopped doing the epic quests here in Snowboarding when we had to talk to Eomer. The reason we stopped is because this quest is going to take me to the Golden Hall of Meduseld in Edoras. Now, that is the location that is in Western Rohan. And if you know the series, you know that I don't like to go to areas which I haven't been to yet. And so the next season is going to be in Wildermoor, and then after that we're going to Western Rohan. So that's why I was trying to not do this. But if I don't do this quest, then I won't be able to do a lot of the epic quests in the next season of Wildermoor. So therefore, I'm making an exception. We're going to dip our toes into Western Rohan, even though we're not going to officially go there for quite a while. So this is just so I can get to Wildermoor. And once this epic storyline gets to Wildermoor, then we will end the season. So this really is the last episode of the season, believe it or not, besides the finale in the next episode. So, alright, that's a lot of rambling, oh my god. Renaissance Gaming, quit rambling and just play the game. Alright, let's talk to him.
We will consult with my uncle Theoden, and he will resolve this issue with Fustred.
Oh my god, I'm still having all these coughing fits I'm gonna have to edit out. Anyways, we must ride for Edoras at once. We will consult with my Uncle Theoden, and he will resolve this issue with Fastred.
My Uncle Theoden will listen to me and put right the situation with Reeve Fustred. He is still king in Rohan.
So there's the Golden Hall of Meduseld, the capital of Rohan. Pretty epic. I will say, as much as I loved the Lord of the Rings movie, one thing that was kind of disappointing to me was Edoras. It was such a shabby looking town, but really, it's supposed to be quite a majestic capital of Rohan, and I think that they really stay true to that within the game, but in the movies, it just looked like a little barbarian settlement, I don't know. Look there, Kippen. Behold the Golden Hall of Meduseld, seat of my Uncle Theoden, the King of Rohan. We will speak with him and obtain a decree the Reeves will be unable to ignore. They must move their people across the Entwash where we can better protect them. A decree from Theoden King will be more difficult for them to ignore, I deem. Eomer looks momentarily discomfited. I rode north with my J.R.R. to hunt the orcs against my uncle's wishes. He may still be displeased, but we must hope that he will forgive the disobedience for its happy results, the death of the orcs. This way, friends, we will speak with my uncle. These are good men, trusted by the protection of Theoden and his family. Look, I hope you're ready to climb, my friends. Lord Eomer, did you find the orcs you sought? Aye, and destroy them all. Careful now. Something is not right, Kippen. I see the influence of Grima Wormtongue everywhere. We will set this right. Hama, I have come with these 3 companions to see my uncle. Look how amazing the Golden Hall looks. Beautiful doors. Anyways. I am Hama, the door ward of Theoden. You have come to the Golden Hall of Meduseld in the presence of Eomer, nephew of the king. And you are as welcome here as he himself be, if he speaks well of you. Eomer, these are unusual companions to bring to Edoras. These are unusual times, Hama. Some would say they require more friends rather than fewer. That is not what Grima would say. I say that is further proof of its wisdom then. Grima's words are nothing to me. Will you let us in to see my uncle? You know who I am, Hama. Yes, Eomer, you and your friends may pass. I only ask that they leave their weapons outside. I do not understand why I must leave my bow with this man, Kippen. Do they not trust my word as an elf? If I say I will do no harm to their king, no harm will come to him from my hand. It is not that I am offended, it's just that we went through some trouble to recover the bow the last time it left my possession, and I do not believe you could win a similar wager to get it back again. Corridon laughs. I will leave it here with this man Hama. Though Rohan seem afraid of elves, I believe I could make a frightful face at one of them and cow them into returning my bow if it came to that. He's putting his bow down. I will leave Nona's sword with Hama, for I trust the door warden of Theoden, and I know him to be an honorable man. He will see to it that my blade is returned to me after our audience. I do not like to be without it for even a moment, but I will do as King Theoden requires. He's putting down his sword. I'm sorry you must be inconvenienced this way, Kippen. Do not blame Hama for it. He's simply doing his duty. The safety of the king must come before all, and keeping any weapons of strangers outside the hall can help to ensure it. It was never like this in the old days, however. I sense the influence of Grima in this. If you will leave your weapons outside the hall, I will bring you inside to see Theoden King. Looks like I still got my weapons, but we won't comment on that. And look how awesome this place looks on the inside too. All the horses leading up to the throne. Come with me, I will bring you before Theoden King. This way? He will call you before him when he is ready for you. Until then, you must wait. My king, I have always served you faithfully and well, faithfully. It is my master Gleowine. He taught me to craft when I was young. What has he done? I have been your minstrel for many years. It has been my honor, my privilege, and... Enough of this, Bard. You are guilty of spreading lies and deceit throughout Edoras. Theoden King, please listen to me. My minstrel, Gleowine. I would never speak against you, my king. I did not mean... Guard, seize this man. Cast him from Edoras, never to return. My king, please. No. I have seen enough, Kippen. It is as I feared when my uncle forbade me to pursue the orcs. His will is not his own. It is Grima's doing. Uncle. Eomer. I have returned from the hunt. The orcs are destroyed. Eomer, sister's son. You dare return here after flouting the king's command not to pursue the orcs? The king's command? To my memory, it was your command, Grima Wormtongue. Your commands have the weight of a breeze in the grass to me. I speak with the king's voice. Grima, the orcs, the orcs. Uncle, you must not worry yourself so. See how you trouble the king. Your presence is painful to him. Elmer, stop. Grima, guards, guards. Pah. I will speak with Hama about this. Nephew of the king or not, you should have left your blade outside. I know what it is you seek, Grima, for Rohan and for yourself. Well, you shall have none of it. Take him to the dungeons. He is a danger to the king. Elmer, be wise. Listen to me, all of you. Can you not see that Rohan has been left undefended? This man has done it. Bring Elmer to the dungeon and cast Gleowine from Edoras. It will not last, Grima. One day you will be cast out in disgrace, Wormtongue. You there, Hobbit, come here. I hope I am there still to see it. Grima studies you with piercing eyes and you feel distinctly uncomfortable. How much knowledge of your imprisonment in Isengard did Saruman share with this nefarious agent? You learned in the caverns below Isengard that Grima is a pawn of Saruman, but does Grima know that you know it? Elmer is accompanied by the lowest sort of companions, Theoden King. And who else do I see with you? Has Stengard fallen? Have the Easterlings raised it? How else explain why Horn has come before the king? Easterlings, grave threat. Theoden King, the men of Stengard still stand strong, but your land is beset by dangers. You must open your eyes and see. Silence! You speak the same treasons as Gleowine, your master. I speak the truth. Theoden King, you must release Eomer. Rohan needs him. Eomer. My king, you know not to set any hope upon Eomer. Have you forgotten the curse of Worgen? It claimed the life of your son, and it will claim Eomer's life as well. Theodred. It is the order of the king that this rabble be cast into the dungeon alongside Eomer. Grima, have mercy, their crime is that of Gleowine, not that of my brother. Yes, Lady Eowyn, you speak with wisdom that befits your beauty. The three of you are banished from Edoras. You are forbidden to again cross the Entwade. You must remain east of the river. If you disobey this command, you will suffer the penalty of death. Be thankful for the mercy of Theoden, King of Rohan. Grima stares at you with those piercing eyes. You were fortunate, Kippen, he says, the shadow of a half-smile creasing his lips. That will not happen again.
In the Golden Hall of Meduseld, we beheld what I have long feared. Theoden King has fallen under the sway of his chief counselor, Grima Wormtongue, who speaks with Saruman's voice. Rohan is imperiled.
So we are banished from Rohan. Interesting. So where are we? We are here at the Entwade, and that bridge leads over to Western Rohan. This is terrible.
It is as I feared.
When I sang the song that resulted in my banishment to Stengard, the king is truly under the power of a malevolent force. Grima Wormtongue, not Theoden, rules Rohan, and now Eomer is captive in Edoras. What are all of these? I don't know.
I do not know what we can do.
Eomer is imprisoned. We cannot cross the Entwash, and the people of Sutcroft are in grave danger from fervor of their reeve. And I thought Nona would have returned by now. Horn looks downcast. I am fortunate the king did not comment on my return from Stengard, or I would be in the dungeon alongside Eomer, or worse. We have failed in everything, Kippen. I swore to stand by you once I was cast out from Stengard, but everything I have tried to do has ended in failure or disappointment. I'm sorry. So I think I have a item here. Summons to the Entwade. Horn has asked you to return to the Entwash crossing and see if Humbald will allow you to cross. So I think this will be for when I go into Western Rohan. I'll hang on to it for now.
By order of Theoden King, you three are to stay on this side of the Entwash.
If this command by the king changes, I will be informed by Raven. I do not doubt. But until then, you stay there and I will stay here. So the key gives me
I have received
Book
no
11,
word from
Chapter
Aedoras
1.
that your exile is lifted.
So I am not there yet, obviously.
Why is Horn so upset? Have we not done what we set out to do?
We tracked our mutual friends across the East Eminent and only gave up the chase when we were assured of their safety. We did much good in Rohan. That is more that can be said for some of the Aldors and Thanes and Reeves that we have encountered. We will see what future brings us, will we not? Corridon smiles at you. Think of Rudriff, Kippen. Baldbark, the Ent. Finding one of the tree herders still alive in Fangorn was not even a glimmer of hope in my mind when you, Horn and Nona and I began to journey down the Anduin. But that was such a happy discovery, all the more because it was unexpected. Perhaps Nona will come back to us when she has divined her inmost mind. Theoden may come to his senses and release Eomer. We may find our paths crossing once again with that of Gandalf, or with that of Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Tomorrow will be less bleak. Will we face it together, or will we not? Give Horn these words and tell him that Corridon the Elf can see hope for the future. Surely Horn, the man of Rohan, can find the small measure of light of which to rest his thoughts.
What would Corridon be saying today if we had not run into that Ent?
You relay Corridon's words to Horn, and his gloomy expression gradually softens. He laughs. You are both right, my friend. Tomorrow will be brighter. There is no sense in mulling on the past or in worrying for the future. We will take one day and another as the sun rises and sets, and await dawn with hope. We must do what we can for the people of East Rohan. We must help them prepare their defenses. We must help them fight what battles we can, and we must help them rebuild if the battle goes ill. Who stands between the people of Rohan and their enemies? Horn grips the hilt of his sword with resolve and sets on his shoulder. We do. We must not fail them. We will not fail them. Our work here is just beginning, Kippen. If on the morrow we need to cross the Entwade for the good of Rohan and risk our lives, we will. But today, we will do what we can for the people on this side of the line. May fortune smile on Corridon, and on you, and on me, and on Nona, wherever she may be. Good fortune and victory. We will put our exile from Edoras to good use, Kippen. If we strive to improve the lot of the needful folk on this side of the Entwash, then at least some good will come from Theoden King's command that we not return to the Golden Hall. Horn sighs heavily. I confess I cannot find a positive light in which to cast Aylmer's imprisonment by his uncle, or the sending away of my mentor Glaewine. We must find hope where we may, I suppose. We should ride against the mounted minions of Saruman in the Suckcrofts. Let us bring peace to the people of East Rohan, for that be where the king commands us to stay.
We must do some good for the people of Rohan.
Saruman's minions prowl throughout the Suckcrofts. If we ride against them, we will do some good for the people of Rohan. Alright. So we need to defeat mounted minions. There's a couple here. Another one. Grab this guy. Oh no! Wow, I went flying. That is 3 of them. There's a boar still running after me. That's alright. And I need one more. A jangling sound alerts you to a broken harp, which you pick up. What? Battered harp. That was weird. So the quest is done, I guess.
What did you find? A harp, you say?
That seems an odd choice of weapon for use by one of Saruman's minions. Horn's jovial expression disappears when you hand him the battered remains of the harp. I know this instrument, Kippen. How often did I listen to its beautiful music, played first to instruct and only later to entertain? This is the harp of my mentor Glaewine. Did he run afoul of Saruman's minions? So this is physical mastery. I don't know, let me do that one.
My master's harp was trampled by heavy feet. Did he meet his end?
See how the wooden frame has been splintered? And the strings cut? It could be repaired, given enough time and the right materials. Might the same be true of my master? Glaewine is not a young man, and he never was much of a warrior. With his dismissal fresh in his mind, did he stumble upon the thrall of Saruman and meet his end? Horn sadly studies the broken harp. I cannot think this way, Kippen. He could have escaped that fate which made him and made away to a settlement, Snowboarding, and it is not far from here to the southeast. We should go there and ask for any signs of my master. Okay, so off to Snowboarding. I really should have done this quest earlier. The only reason I put it off was, again, I said it was going to take me to Edoras, and I didn't think I needed to go there yet. But I do if I want to continue the next season in Wildermore. That's alright, though. And it's kind of far. Alright, finally. Let's talk to this guard here.
It is possible your friend came in with a crowd, but I did not see him.
I'm sorry, but I have not seen anyone of that description. There may have been many ragged folk streaming into Snowbourne of late. It's possible that your friend came in with a crowd and I did not just see him. You might try south of here by the barracks. There was a disturbance there earlier today. What with all these new people in town? Could be you'll find your friend there. Let's take a look. An overpowering smell of ale greets you as you approach a drunken man. It is Gleowine.
Hey, you! You there, you! Stay out of my way! You!
You have found Gleowine. He's alive but very, very drunk. With that effort expended, Gleowine drifts back into his stupor.
I know a few remedies for drunkenness. Your friend may need them.
Is that your friend? He has been deep in his cups since yesterday, and will be of no use to anyone until he crawls out of them again. I have a few remedies that might speed up the process if you'd like to try one. One of them involves a mixture of honey and water, another involves the chewing of almonds, and I have heard of a poultice made of raw swamp cabbage that can ease drunkenness when rubbed in one's forehead. Perhaps one of these will help. She considers Gleowine once more before continuing. Actually, he is pretty drunk. You might need all of them. I can tell you where to find these remedies if you have a moment. Okay. So, where can I find clean water? There is a well just northeast of the barracks. Talk to Heyu and she will give you a bladder of water, I do not doubt. You will mix the honey with the water and you will have your friend drink the mixture. It will help. You mentioned honey? You can find some honeycombs produced by snowborn honeybees behind the tavern located just to the east. No one will mind if you take some of the honey. Where can I find almonds? Almonds come from the trees around here, but you need not pick them yourself. You'll find a bucket of them inside the kitchens to the northeast. Where can I find the cabbage? You'll want to look for swamp cabbages just to the west of Snowbourne by the river. I do not know what special properties this sort of cabbage possesses, but my father always swore by its use as a remedy for drunkenness. You'll just smear the cabbage leaves on your friend's forehead. That will not be a problem, will it? Okay, let me dismount and get on my regular horse so I can have a little bit more fine maneuvering. We can start collecting these ingredients.
Yes, I can give you a bladder of water. It's the least I can do.
I have been drawing water for all the thirsty new arrivals in Snowbourne. Heyu hands you a bladder of cool, refreshing water. Alright, let me go that way. To the kitchen. That's Fastred's house. That's not where I wanted to go. My mistake. There's the kitchen. Should be a bucket of almonds in here. There it is. You reach into the bucket and pull out a handful of almonds. Now I need some swamp cabbage, which is west. West out of Snowboard. And there's a honeycomb as well. Gosh, where's the honeycomb? Right here behind the tavern. I have to go back and grab that too. Oh no, lag. Oh no, don't crash, game. I am lagged out, guys. Okay, my game did crash and disconnect. But anyways, let me grab some of these cabbages. You picked the most pungent leaves. That's gross. Let me actually get on my war steed. It rides a little faster. Now I do need to get some honey. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's see, I'm going all the way southeast. Honeycomb, right there. Oh my god, this war steed is glitching out like crazy. Okay, I'm dismounting. Oh, nice. Full honeycomb. Dripping delicious honey. Why is there a quest ring here? Let me just check. Just one of those things, I guess. Sometimes it does that. Man, my editing work for these last 10 videos or so is going to be a nightmare because I'm going to have to edit out all my coughing. I've been coughing tremendously.
My master Gleoine is alive.
He is deep in his cups, but I cannot say I blame him for his despair. I'm just glad he lives.
Gleoine lives. Perhaps we should have just followed the smell.
And she's just gonna repeat everything.
Hey! Hey, water! Water!
Gleoine blinks up at you with bleary red eyes. You offer him water infused with honey, which he drinks easily. This mead tastes a bit watery. You then give him the almonds to chew on, but at the first bite he spits them out. Oh, what is this? He slurs at you, sensing betrayal. You then rub the cabbage leaves on his forehead and he sputters angrily. Are you trying to poison me? He demands. The remedies seem to have had little effect on Gleoine, save to make him angry.
I cannot blame him for his state. He has experienced much suffering of late.
I suppose these remedies were worth trying, but in my experience, time has always been the only sure curative. Horn looks at his master's drunken form and sighs. So these swamp cabbages, on use, all glory. All glory. I wonder what that does.
Have you ever been to the lands of Wildemore?
While you were attempting to ease Gleoine back to sobriety, Cordon and I learned some troubling news. Have you ever been to the lands of Wildemore, west of the Wold? I myself have not, but it seems that something might have befallen the people there. A messenger in the night from Harwick brought Reeve Fastred worrisome tidings that no word came out of Wildemore for some weeks. It's not a long journey from Harwick to Wildemore, so something must be keeping Harding's men from reporting back to him. I think we should go to Wildermoor and see what has happened. I suspect Saruman's hand in this. Something catches Horn's eyes and he stares suddenly. Master Gleowine, what is it? Are you feeling better?
Something has happened in Wildermoor?
Gleowine stares at you with haunted eyes. It would seem that something has cut through the stupor caused by his drink. Something has happened in Wildermoor? I was born in a small town there and have not been back for years, but if something has happened, there's no reason for me to stay here, stranger. If you're going to investigate Wildermoor, I will travel with you, and it is young Horn with you, is it not? He has a man's face and build now, but I still remember the years spent teaching him the lessons of history and the ways of music. He was not the most diligent of students, of course. Who among us can say he was? I abandoned my harp somewhere in the wild and gave away my other possessions when I thought that I would have no further need for them. I cannot travel with you until I have them back. Most of them were mere sundries, but there was a map I should not have given away. I feel foolish now, for it was a rare and precious thing that belongs not in the keeping of children.
I will not keep my master from traveling with us, as long as he knows the danger.
If I learned of trouble in Aworth, I would not long remain in idle safety. I would travel there to learn if anything could be done from my home. It must be the same for Gleowine. I will return his harp and learn what befell as he made his journey to Snowbourn. If you will seek the map he abandoned, ask the children of Snowbourn. They are sometimes the surest form of information in the city, for they see all and go unnoticed. One of them may know what happened to Gleowine's map.
I am in favor of this journey, if you are.
We should go where we are needed, and if messages have ceased passing the bounds, I say we learn why. I will see about procuring Gleowine's bag of sundries, but I leave the reconstruction of his harp and the finding of his map in Horn's able hands, and your own. Okay, so...
The children of Snowbourn may know what became of Gleowine's map.
let's go talk to the kids. And as you can see, this will finally vector us to Wildermoor, which is going to be the site of the next season. I very much enjoyed Rohan, but I am ready to move on because this has technically been a nightmare to record. It's probably the most difficult season I've ever recorded, even though you probably can't tell with just watching the videos.
What do you want? Can you not see how busy I am?
The child laughs, but keeps dancing. You explain that you're looking for Gleowine's map and would appreciate any information about its location. I remember that old man. He went off to the tavern after setting down his belongings by the wall over there. A bag of clothes there was, and a bundle of bread and cheese. I hope he does not expect his food back because my friends ate it all. Bertrand took the map before any of us could get at it, and he said he was going to use it to go on an adventure to save Rohan. You just missed seeing him by minutes. He left by this gate here. Maybe you can catch up to him and ask for the map back. Alright, let's go. Yeah, for some reason, it has taken me months and months and months to record this season. Just been crazy. A lot of real life stuff happening, but also it's just taken me a while to get through the content. It has been one of my favorite seasons so far, though. My adventure begins for Snowbourn. The little one thinks he's a hero, does it? Oh my gosh. Kids fighting orcs. What has Middle-earth come to? Phew, I'm really tired. Maybe I should rest a bit. Oh no, here comes another one. Richard tosses you the map and runs back to Snowboard. Maybe you had better take this map. Adventuring is tough work. So the map's not actually in my inventory. Okay.
Thank you. I hope it was not too much trouble.
Ah, you found my map. Gleowine unrolls the parchment and wistfully traces the finger along its surface. The life of a minstrel is more than just music and songs, Kippen. I served in the court of Theoden King for so long I came to forget the roads I walked in my youth. But now, well into my elder days, I will once again tread the roads of Rohan and live the traveling life. How many of the places on this map will I see before my feet stop once more? And for good. Who can say? Yet I know what I, Gleowine, can say. I am pleased to make the journey with you, my friends, both old and new.
Before we go to Wildemore, we must travel to Harwick, in the Wold.
I think we are ready to depart. My master has his map and the other possessions he will need, and I have arranged for a fresh horse for him to ride. I spoke with Fastred while you were outside the city. He remains as stubborn as ever, refusing to entertain the idea that he could more easily defend his people on the other side of the river. The message from Harwick was just as I had heard secondhand, portentous and frightening. No word has come from Harwick from Wildemore for many days, and Harding desired men and horses from Fastred to investigate. Before we go to Wildemore, we must travel to Harwick in the Wold and speak with Aldor Harding. I must give him unfortunate tidings that Fastred has no men to spare. He sends us, and that is all. Okay, so now we need to go to Harwick. Let me get to the stables.
Will you aid the horse lords?
I think this is probably the last quest before we go to Wildemore, which again is all the way over here. You can see we quested all over, all through here. Antwash Vale, Eves of Fangorn, the Wold. So that quest ring is for the repeatable mounted combat training, I believe, so no need to worry about it. We've done that.
Yes? What word from Fastred? So far away and comfortable.
Harding snorts when you tell him that Fastred has sent the four of you to aid him in investigating Wildemore. I appreciate your help, of course, Kippen, but if Fastred thinks that you are his to send, he is mistaken. This does not satisfy his obligation. I am Aldor of the North March. If my lands are threatened, all our lands are endangered. We have heard naught from Wildemore for many days now. The last party to travel that road consisted of several brave men. Widfara, a rider of some repute, and my own son Leodwig. He would have returned if no others did. His courage is not what I would wish, but he too remains missing. Learn what has befallen my men, and what evil has taken hold of Wildemore. That land is too near to Harwick for any of us to rest easy. It's a really funny line about his son being a coward. Talk to Gleowine outside the mead hall. Ah, he's up there. We'll talk to Horn first.
I think Harding took it rather well.
A road runs into Wildemore. See on the map where it leads?
So let me finish. That is a better pair of gloves, so I'll take it.
I was born in Wildemore. I am eager to see it again.
Harding's interest in the state of Wildemore is not surprising, for he is Aldor of the North March. It falls within his command, and if something has happened to its people, it is his duty to know. My interest in Wildermore is more personal than that, Kippen. I was born in the town of Dunfast, a small village in the forest of the Witchshaws. As a young boy, I must have climbed to the top of every sturdy tree within a mile of that village. The view from the heights is well known to me and much beloved. Green fields and sunny hillsides, the crystal blue waters of the Isengmere, the bounty of well-tilled farm fields. You can see little enough of that on my map, Kippen, but the words and symbols stir my heart and make me think of home. Speak to Horn for more practical guidance and to discuss our next steps. I tread too easily upon the steps of memory, as minstrels are wont to do.
This, then, is our quest, to investigate the disappearance of Harding's men.
The ones he sent to Wildermore. He gave us the names of two, Wildfara, a rider of no small skill, and Leodwig, Harding's own son. Horn traces a course on Glaewin's map. We will ride north out of Harwick and follow the road through the wold until it turns west. That turning will bring us to Wildermore. This area here, do you see it? This land is called Rithendowns, and it is the first settlement we should investigate. And that is this one here, Skilfig, located on the northern bounds. What do you think of this course? I'm ready to take it if you are, Kippen. So I wonder if I click this map, it'll take me there. If it does, I will edit that out and see you on the next episode. If not, let's see where we're going. Your eye is drawn west across the map beyond the borders of Rohan and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has become of Halbarad and the Grey Company since you left them. Oh, so this interlude follows the step of the Grey Company. So there's going to be multiple quests here. So actually, we're going to do one more episode before the finale. We're going to do the interlude quests in the next episode and go from there. So thanks for watching and see you then.